Hi everybody, Zas here. In this video I'm going to go over how to use PaletteSwap, which is a program that lets you change the sprites and portraits in Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. When you launch the program, you'll be presented with a screen like this that shows the various characters. You can use the tabs above to cycle through the different characters all the way through Akuma. The main interface presents you with some sprite and portrait images that will dynamically change when you change the colors. So let's go over how you can change the colors. Here we've got Dictator. You can see his costume is blue. You can use the sliders here to update his color. So for example, I'm going to add some red to his main costume color, and you can see how his costume is changing here. Now note that this only affects these sprites. This is because the blue in his costume only affects these and related sprites. If you want to change the color in his Psycho Crusher or in his portrait, he's got his own color bank for that. So for example, here, he's got some, this would change his Psycho color palettes, and this would change his portrait palettes. If you want to go back to what you're doing, you can always say reset this color. One option you can do is you can copy paste colors. So for example, let's say I want to take Ken's color of white. I can use copy paste to paste these into Dictator. So I'm going to copy this. Maybe let's start with this lighter gray. Maybe it's a little more pleasing. So I'm going to copy and paste. So I think you get the idea like this. And here we've got a gray Dictator. Another piece of functionality we have are these helper buttons here. So the +1 and -1 just give a +1 in each color channel for general brightening, and the -1s do -1 in each color for color darkening. The BG, RB, and GR just swap the respective values. So for example, if I take this blue and I swap, say, R and G, then I end up with a nice sort of purple tone. In general, these buttons are a nice way to get, if you take a Capcom base color and you use these transforms, you tend to get the right luminance and shading for the sprite. So for example, we'll take this and switch G and B, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, right? Because it's only a difference of 1 from 3 to 4 here, but you'll see that there's a big difference. So let's click on this to zoom, and let's hit now G and B. And you can see that Ryu's gi kind of goes to a noticeable dark green. And that's just from a +1 change. So it's a pretty subtle change, but it definitely makes a visual difference. So if you want to start by making colors, my suggestion is just take the existing Capcom colors and try rotating. Here's another example. We'll take this boxer here. Let's take the short boxer, and we can rotate RBG, and we'll have a nice pink color here. In this case, this swaps the order of all three. If you did it again, you'd have like a sort of blue color here. Okay, so that's sort of the main interface. You can also, so you can change the colors that you see, and if you're working with a character like Ryu or Ken that has a black belt, you might want to change the background color. So you can change the background, for example, to magenta or to cyan. If you want to look at all the work you've done so far, you can go to Color Set, and it'll show you what all the options are in game. So this goes from light kick, light punch, medium punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick, heavy kick, start, hold, and then old 1 and old 2. There's for Dictator only, there's this little checkbox to fix his old punch sprites. If you check this will fix a bug that happens when you pick old Dictator. There's some visual artifacts around his punching there. So I suggest just leaving that checked to fix it. One thing that happens is you'll sometimes get like a dialog box will pop up behind the main window instead of in front of it. People think that that's crashing. You just have to hit Alt or Alt-Tab to bring the dialog box in front. It's kind of an annoying behavior I'm trying to figure out how to make go away, but that's an issue that some users are reporting right now. So if you want to change your character, you can always reset to the Capcom defaults. You can do reset this color, reset this character colors, resets every color for that, all 10 colors for that character, and then the whole game just resets everything back from scratch as the beginning. So that's the main interface for making changes. Let's now focus on how you save your work. So when you make a change like this, you can save it as a single color. Here we'll call this green Ryu. It'll make a call file. So here we see again the save as dialog appeared behind the parent window. So I'm going to hit Alt to bring it back to the front. And now it's created a .call file here. And that's now, if I reset the color, I can just use this and drag it here to this window, and Ryu is green. Notice that this only works on, it's character specific, so this is a call file for Boxer. If I drag it here to Ryu, get incorrect character type. Again, the pop-up appeared behind the main window. But Boxer, I can bring it here, and it works. You can also save all your work as a color set. So let's show how to open a color set. If I do open color set and I open this color set here, then this is a color set of for the entire game that I've made. All the characters are different. This is from my other project, which is the Super Turbo Alt color set, and there's links to the video in that. So that's how you save a color set. You can take that, you can make changes and then save it as a different color set. So I could call this as like color set 3. Let's actually make a change to Claw here. Let's make Claw's costume sort of a green color here. And then let's change his belt to this sort of yellow. So then I'm going to save this as a color set. Call it color set 3. And you can see it's there, and then we can open it again. So let's just reset the whole game. Open the color set. And we have color set 3. There we go. So that's how you open and save and open color sets. You can save and open individual ROMs as well. So here, let's go ahead and open ROM. I'm going to open this, which should be the original game. You can see all the colors are normal. And I'm going to open a ROM which has some patched colors, which you can see are changed. So you might want to know, how do you actually update the ROM? So once you've made your changes, let's open our color set 3 here. So I'm going to open with this, which will have our green claw. We'll hit patch ROM and pick a ROM that we want to patch. So here you have to point it to an existing ROM that's a zip file that contains the subfiles. You hit save, and here the pop-up appeared again behind the window, so I'm going to hit Alt to bring it to the front, and I hit yes. And then now that's the full ROM that you can just drop into Fightcade. All right, so I think that covers it. Let's see. You can always click on any of these portraits, and it'll bring the form to the front. It'll zoom it up. One issue is when you look at Gookie, there's only 2 colors in Super Turbo for Gookie. So Jab and Strong. The code still assumes 10 colors per character. So if you look at the color set, you'll see a bunch of stuff here, but none of these will render in game. This is just the program is looking at random memory locations where Gookie would be if he had 10 colors. But he's only got 2 colors, so you can only change those 2. All right. Well, hope this was an instructive video, and happy modding.